This is a Mercedes Sprinter van. 2 years after we purchased it, or just after we purchased it, it started getting, we changed the windscreen, it started getting rust all around this, the lip there. It come down to here, and I've grinded it mostly out. First of all, Mercedes said because we changed the windscreen other than from Mercedes-Benz, they wouldn't cover the rust that it had all appeared on the thing. They said, nope, we ain't covering it, because they might have scratched the paint and water could have corroded. But I found other rust spots on this van where the paint hasn't corroded or been scratched, and so it might have not have been the windscreen repair people, but they did look like they did a good job when they patched up any bits of scratched paint. Anyways, I've removed the windscreen by using a blade from the inside of the van and running it across the lip all around. I didn't do a good enough job, so I ended up just smashing out the windscreen. Glass went everywhere. It took me about 2 hours to clean up all the shattered glass. It's best if you spend another 5 minutes and make sure all the rubber has been cut off with just a normal Stanley knife, and you've done it nice and good, or else it's a lot of cleanup mess. Now I've removed all the screen and I've cleaned up all the rubber off the bottom strip here, because this is all the part that I'm repairing. I've grinded all the metal, all the paint, the undercoat and everything down, and gotten rid of all the rust. Now I'm going to use a coat that helps prevent rust, and so I'm going to spray that on, and I'll do a primer, and then I'm going to put on some spray on putty to straighten up all this that I've grinded away. I mean, it looks pretty straight, but I want perfect, so now I've taped up all around, so when I spray it on, I've pulled out all these. And you got to do like a light sand right around to rough up the surface so the new paint can stick to it. I am going to put a primer right around because I don't want any paint coming off. And if it's a Mercedes, you can just and it's an Arctic White, the paint that you use that I googled. Yes, thanks to Google. I'm going to tape up these as well before I begin spray painting. Those. Well, and they're little clips. You got to be careful with the little clips that you don't break them. You got to get a flathead screwdriver and push them down behind there. And there's a screw on these holding these on the windscreen wiper blades. But the nut, sorry, not a screw, a nut. The nut was hidden behind this little plastic case here. You pop the plastic case up, and then there's the bolt there. Okay, that's it. I'll show you a finished job when I'm done. I finished doing the first coat of anti-rust primer, and I'm going to let this sit for about an hour so it can dry up before I do another coat of primer, and then let it sit for another hour, and then I'm going to continue on to the next stage of the spray putty / anti-rust, anti-whatever. It sounds all good when you read on the can, but does it work? I'll find out in a couple of years. Anyways, I'll let this dry.